starts now.
Gay blood drives were held across the country today, and one made its way to Lincoln. The reason behind the drives.
A weekend festival honoring a major league pitcher winds up in St. Paul.
The Pilger community says goodbye to a historic building. It's our top story on 1011 Central Nebraska News at 5:30. Good evening, I'm Jeff Packer.
And I'm Natalie Wood. Wall by wall, the Wisner-Pilger Middle School is being taken apart after damage from last month's tornadoes. 1011's Casey Geraldo was there this morning as demolition began. She has more.
There weren't a lot of words at 8 a.m. Friday as a digger picked apart the Wisner-Pilger Middle School.
Sad. Very sad.
My class was the very last class to graduate from Pilger Elementary, so it's kind of sad to see it go down.
Sad, but a chance to say goodbye and get a piece of Pilger history.
It's kind of hard to watch it go down, but I would like to have a brick from it.
But being here today isn't about keeping a brick. For those who went to school here, it's about holding on to their memories. For students past and present, there's a lot to remember.
I went there from the 3rd grade until graduation. So there's a lot of memories, a lot of good times we had. So it's really sad to see it go down.
Avoiding getting in trouble with Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Elmont and playing basketball inside that gym.
In the fall, Wisner-Pilger Middle School students will be set up in temporary buildings at the elementary school in Wisner. For current students, that's a hard realization.
We want to have our own gym, or
we won't have our same classrooms, we won't have the same lunchroom, we won't really have the same anything. We won't have the same library. We won't even have the same classrooms anymore.
Reporting in Pilger, Casey Geraldo, 1011 News.
Thanks, Casey. Most schools are sitting empty right now, but students at 4 Grand Island elementary schools are getting back to the books. After a 6-week summer break, a new school year started Wednesday for those on a continuous educational calendar. Those students have a shorter summer break. They also have a break in September, an extended winter break, and spring break. Rather than summer school, students who struggle can get extra attention in intercession programs during those breaks.
That intercession really provides us with an opportunity to identify those kids that need some additional help, and now we're working with those kids 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks after the school year starts, as opposed to waiting clear till the end of the school year and looking at a summer school program.
Howard, West Lawn, Jefferson, and Star all run on that continuous schedule.
Well, turning to the weather now, a humid Friday, especially for people out at the Hall County Fair today.
Absolutely. It almost feels like you need gills to breathe this.
Yes.
There's so much water in it. And with that first look forecast, we welcome 1011 meteorologist Tony DeGrand. Tony, I don't have any gills. Are we underwater here?
It does. It feels like that, doesn't it? It is just hot. It's humid. It's muggy. And unfortunately, it's going to be like this today, tomorrow, and also Sunday. But we do have some relief in sight, and it's going to come this week. But right now, temperatures 86 degrees in Grand Island, 90 degrees in Hastings, 94 in Hebron, 97 degrees in McCook. But then you factor in the humidity, and it feels like 101 degrees in Hebron, 101 in Kearney, 100 degrees in McCook, 99 in Holdridge, feels like 94 for us in Grand Island and York. So yeah, if you are outside tonight, you can definitely feel the humidity in the air. Now, we aren't seeing any rain showers at the moment, but we do have the possibility as we head into this evening. Here's a look at our Skycast, our storm tracker radar showing some showers over north central, northeast Nebraska, but a line of thunderstorms that are strong and also severe that are beginning to form in the Panhandle, and those will continue to move off towards the east. So we'll keep an eye on these storms here through the overnight hours, and we'll have more forecast details coming up in just a bit.
Okay, thanks so much, Tony.
Yeah.
Well, the small town of St. Paul is celebrating its biggest weekend starting today in honor of a local baseball hero.
Grover Cleveland Alexander Days is celebrating its 23rd year. 1011's Eamon O'Mara is live with day one of the festivities. Eamon?
Natalie, it's quiet here now in St. Paul, but that's expected to be changing very soon as thousands of people will be coming in from surrounding towns or will be returning after moving away, all for Grover Cleveland Alexander Days. Now, for those who don't know, Grover Cleveland Alexander was a pitcher in the major leagues for the Phillies, Cubs, and Cardinals. The 1926 World Series champ had almost 400 wins, over 2,000 strikeouts, and in 1938 was inducted into the Hall of Fame. After he retired, the Elba native moved to St. Paul, where he lived the rest of his life and was buried. Now a three-day weekend is dedicated to him, is celebrated every year with events like a parade, a huge car show, and new this year, youth and alumni baseball tournaments. All of this activity is huge for the small town of St. Paul.
It's probably one of the biggest money makers for St. Paul, you know, as far as bringing people into town and that type of thing. We have, you know, vendors down in the park, and they come back year after year. They say it's one of the greatest celebrations they've been to.
It brings a lot of alumni back. This weekend, tonight, there's probably about 4 or 5 different classes at different avenues in town having their class reunions.
Tomorrow night.
Yep, tomorrow night also. So it brings a lot of the alumni back. It brings a lot of local people from other, you know, surrounding communities into the town.
Family fun run, bike ride is just about to take off, and the new baseball tournament will start at 7 o'clock. Now, there are dozens of events going on this weekend for GCA Days. If I was to list all of them, I'd be talking for another 10 minutes. But a list will be available on our web channel, 1011cn.com. Reporting live at Grover Cleveland Alexander Days in St. Paul, Eamon O'Mara, 1011 News.
Thanks so much, Eamon. Well, downtown Hastings is one step closer to getting a major facelift.
The Hastings City Council selected a developer for a downtown project and renovation this week. 1011's Taylor Barth is on the scene with more on the project. Taylor?
Not only is the city of Hastings revamping its auditorium, but it's also in negotiations to bring an upscale hotel and businesses to downtown. The Hastings City Council voted unanimously to select a developer for its downtown renovation project, and the candidate has an impressive resume. After recently completing the Rail Yard, Canopy Lofts, and Hyatt Place in downtown Lincoln, the city selected Chief Industries and WRK to help bring new businesses to the downtown area. The project would be built in a city parking lot between Hastings and Denver streets and would connect onto the city auditorium. In May, Hastings also received a $750,000 grant from the state to renovate and upgrade its auditorium. Dave Rippey of the Economic Development Corporation says the new project will not only support the Hastings economy, but allow the city to compete with surrounding areas.
Be it for business or be it for weddings or receptions, you know, first of all, we need to worry about Hastings, but secondly, you know, we need to compete on a statewide basis for events, and we need to compete to bring new dollars into our community and to give people a reason to come to Hastings.
The project is expected to cost more than $5 million. The city has 90 days to reach an agreement with the developers, and once that's completed, the city will then present the plan to the public. Reporting in downtown Hastings, Taylor Barth, 1011 News.
Thanks, Taylor. A mega book sale is happening this weekend in Hastings. The Hastings Public Library is holding the 31st annual Big Top Library Book Sale at the Hastings City Auditorium. They have over 80,000 gently used books on sale in every genre. You can also find great deals on magazines and CDs. One book lover was even camped out in front of the auditorium waiting for the doors to open. Organizers say it's the perfect time for readers to stock up on books.
We have kind of the same setup every year. It's well, not numbered, but it's sorted by genre, so people can see where they want to go, and they just spread out and get lots of books.
Doors are open from 5 to 9 tonight for a $5 preview event. On Saturday, hours are 9 to 5, wrapping up Sunday from noon to 4. They will have a $2 all-you-can-fit book bag sale. All of the profits will benefit the library. Well, still ahead on 1011 Central Nebraska News at 5:30, Tony's back with your weekend forecast. Plus, Nebraska's had steady economic growth for the past few years, but what can we expect for the rest of 2014?
And a cancer survivor shares why she gave blood today in Grand Island.